Hello everyone, welcome back to Man United Fans Voice. This is Manolis and yes, Leeds United 2, Manchester United 4. This Jekyll and Hyde Manchester United showed once again their best and worst against Leeds, and after throwing away a 2-goal lead in just half a minute, it looked like it was again going to be one of those days. But this time we can reflect and talk about this game with joy and pride, because the players did not give up. They fought and in the end they got what they deserved. Well done lads, very well done. This game was like a throwback to a previous era. Tackles flying in, terrible weather conditions, aggression on the pitch and in the stands, end to end. A proper old school football game. Absolutely beautiful. The atmosphere at Elland Road was as expected hostile. The Leeds fans waited 19 whole years for this day, and the weather conditions were even worse. But our players showed what we have been accusing them of lacking in recent weeks: character, passion, fighting spirit. The manner in which United won and the fighting spirit the players showed should mean that self-belief now develops. They are now 7 games unbeaten in the league, and they are starting to show that they do have the mentality and quality to get over the line in the race to finish in the top 4. A lot of very good performances in this game, but one player who seems to be full of confidence, and very rightly so, is Jaden Sanso. Any doubts over his capability of impressing in English football can be put to bed, as he has been thriving in recent weeks and he was key to the win at Elland Road. He topped the statistics for most dribbles, most touches in the opposition box, most forward passes, and of course he had 2 assists. The first one was a beautiful ball for Bruno Fernandez for United's second goal, and the second assist was for Fred. Those 2 assists mean that now Sancho has been involved in 4 goals in his last 5 games for United. He looks like a player who has left the struggles of his first few months in England far behind him. He looks settled and happy, and he is an absolute joy to watch. Ralf Rangnick's double substitution, bringing on Fred and Elanga, made the difference, with both of them getting on the score sheet. But I think that the team's fight, passion and desire will please the German coach the most, and myself. I honestly believe that this is something we should be really pleased with. Up to now we've seen United completely crumble after conceding a goal. This time in probably the worst possible conditions in terms of hostile home support and weather conditions. Despite conceding 2 goals in half a minute, our players dusted themselves down, were composed and passionate enough to fight and win a very important game. That, in my opinion, is a massive positive. Despite having to manage a lot of very difficult problems, in my opinion, Ralf Rangnick has done a very good job up to now. Since he came, United have 25 points, only City have more. Of course, there are still obvious problems, like for example, United give the ball away far too many times in games, and other issues that need to be addressed and improved, but I think that United have shown a lot of progression under Ralf Rangnick. He seems to have found the ways to unlock these players, and it is now up to him to put the rest of the pieces together and make United a good and consistent side. Like I just said, one of our problems is that we give the ball away far too often, and the area that we tend to do that the most is the midfield. And that is why I kind of disagree with people that say that what United need is a defensive midfielder. I don't think that what United are missing is a defensive midfielder. I don't think that what we need is someone who is going to be positioned in front of the defense and is just going to shield. We need a player who is good enough on the ball and who is composed enough to be able to dictate the tempo of the game. Make it faster when you want it to be faster, or make it slower when you want it to slow down. We need someone who is going to be able to distribute the ball forward with a high success rate. If I had to use specific players as examples, in my opinion, United do not need a Ndidi. What United need is a Neves, or the most popular choice, what United need is a Declan Rice. People have complained to me that I am a bit too harsh on Paul Pogba. I have been accused of being negative and not showing enough appreciation for what he brings to this Manchester United side. Now, I guess most of you know where I stand regarding what players and the representatives are allowed to say and when they cross that line. And in my opinion, in the case of Paul Pogba, that line has been crossed far too many times, for me. But that doesn't mean that I cannot appreciate and acknowledge what Paul Pogba adds to the team. There is no doubt that Paul Pogba is a supremely talented player. There is no doubt that he makes Manchester United a better team. There is no doubt that Oli, Rangnick and whoever the next manager is wants and will want Paul Pogba in the team. In the game against Leeds, Paul Pogba was simply unbelievable. When he plays like that, it is a joy and a privilege to watch him perform. Am I surprised with what I'm seeing from Paul Pogba? No. Does that change how I feel about what he has allowed his representatives to say multiple times? Again, no. But that is just a personal opinion or a personal feeling. For some of us, what happens off the pitch is not important or relevant as long as the player is performing well on the pitch. And for others, if a player or his representatives disrespect the club, then that feels more important than the player's qualities, abilities and performances. I really hope that this is the last time I have to talk about this subject, at least for the next few months, especially now that Rangnick came out and publicly rubbished all rumors and conversations about it. But I have been asked quite a few times by some of you to give my opinion on who should be Manchester United's captain. So I will go through the most popular choices amongst United fans and I will give my opinion on the best choice. So, one of the most popular choices amongst United fans is Bruno Fernandez. Now for me it's a no because Bruno Fernandez is too hot-headed too often. The second choice that I'll give my opinion on is Cristiano Ronaldo. Now of course we all know that Cristiano is the captain of the Portuguese team, but we also know that if United fail to get into the top 4 places, Cristiano will probably leave. So do you really think that it is a good idea to have a captain who might leave in 4 months? No. Another popular choice seems to be David De Gea. I have talked about my opinion regarding a goalkeeper being the captain. I disagree with it. I prefer the captain to be someone who is able to go anywhere on the pitch that he is needed. And also, we know that David De Gea sometimes seems unable to command his own area, let alone the entire pitch. So, although of course David De Gea is a massive figure in the United dressing room, he's been at the club for many years, he has won titles, he is experienced, he is one of our best players, I don't think that he is the character for a Manchester United captain. Harry Maguire lacks confidence, but at the moment he seems to be the best possible option. If I was choosing the captain of Manchester United, I would go with a probably unpopular choice. My choice would be Victor Lindelof. He is a vocal captain for his national team. No fuss, no social media nonsense. He's been at United for quite a few years now. He knows the club well. I think he would be the best choice right now to be the captain of Manchester United. 4 points clear of 5th place, top 4 is definitely up for the taking. Massively important momentum as we enter a very difficult March. That is all from me for tonight. Thank you very much for watching. I am probably not going to see you on Thursday for the match reaction of the Champions League game because I will be traveling. I am heading to England to watch United against Watford. So I will see you again at some point next week. Thank you again for watching. Please remember to press the like and subscribe, and I will see you all very soon. Glory, glory, Man United. Goodbye.